Alright guys, I want to do an unboxing of this new Crucial MX100 SSD. I bought this for my Macbook. It is 256 gigs, 2.5 inch for Macbook obviously, and I got this to speed up my video processing. So this is what it looks like. It costs about $150 off Amazon, I believe it was. It comes with a little spacer because it's really thin, and it comes with some true image cloning software, which I probably won't register, but here it is. So it comes with this registration thing for the true image software. I don't need that. And here it is here. I've opened it already, of course. Let's see if I can get it out here. So there it is. There's your 256 gigabyte 2.5 inch solid state drive by Crucial. This is a standard SATA connection there. It's very light, very plasticky. And yeah, 256 gigabyte. I got this size because it's kind of the largest size that I could afford. That wasn't too crazy. The 500 gig one is, you know, $200 plus. And I didn't get a super fast one. I think there's an MX100 out now, but I don't need it because my 2006 MacBook is slow for bus speed anyway, so this should significantly improve my MacBook performance. So that's it there. Not too much to see on the back here. Just says, I don't know if you can see that, 2.5 SSD, MX100, serial number, yada yada yada, halogen free, all that good stuff. So it's, you know, it's just your standard 2.5 inch package hard drive, except it's SSD instead of a disk. So I'll the next video I'll probably put this in with me putting it into my MacBook. This is a second take that I actually had trouble getting it in, so I'll probably talk about that later. But there's the unboxing at least. 256 gigabyte Crucial MX100 SSD. Well, I've had quite the fun time with this new SSD hard drive. Long story, the first time I put it in, it got an error restoring from my time machine backup. And I did that a couple of times. Each time it took, half hour, 45 minutes to get up to the point where it would error. Kind of gave up on that. Then I put my old hard drive back in. I got to a point where I actually went and read the error that it was producing, and I put my old hard drive back in. It was erroring on a particular application, my Screencast-O-Matic software. So I actually went to a Time Machine on my regular hard drive. Lucky it didn't crash. I just put it in, booted up with my regular hard drive, and I excluded that application from Time Machine and did another Time Machine backup. Then I started restoring with that new Time Machine backup with that bad file or whatever it was excluded. That worked. It got past the Screencast-O-Matic, but then it errored on another file a bit farther. But at that point it was far enough into the restore that I was able to at least boot into my operating system. And from there I had to do Migration Assistant because it didn't finalize the restore. But at least it got it back up to OS X Lion. The first time one thing I tried was just restoring my Snow Leopard. I got that all installed. That took multiple hours to get that installed. But then none of my applications would run, my iPhone and stuff, because they only run on Lion. But I didn't have my Lion install disk because Lion didn't come on an install disk. It was a download from the App Store, which expired, after you installed it after a certain amount of time, and you can't get that download again. You can't download Lion. You can't download it now either, even though I paid for it. You have to, they're selling the latest Yosemite, and of course I can't run Yosemite on my 2006 MacBook. So I had no option, but I had to get that restore going. So I finally got the restore going. So long story short, it was a lot of trouble. Got my SSD in. I have it. It is up to Lion right now, and I'm just using the Migration Assistant to copy over the files. Now the other thing that I forgot that I ran into last time is that if you log in as your user account, then you try and use Migration Assistant to restore all your files. It doesn't like that because you're logged in as your own user and files are locked and it won't let you do that. You actually have to create a third account, so I just created an administrator account, and then from that administrator account use Migration Assistant to restore my original two accounts, which was my account and my wife's account. Of course my account is the only one that's actually used generally. So now it's finally transferring the files. I've got about 3 minutes left on the transfer. This has been about a solid 2 days in the processing of this, trying to figure out which way is going to work. A little crazy. It didn't work as smoothly as usually. Time Machine is great, and well, Time Machine was great. It did everything else. It just failed on a couple files, like permission issues or something. And I don't know what the layman would do about that if you weren't technologically oriented. I don't know what you would do about that. But anyways, I was able to figure it out and got it going. So in 3 minutes I should find out if my main account is fully restored with my dock the way it was, and my Safari bookmarks and my passwords. I'll find out soon if that's all done. But anyways, you'll probably be seeing this after I show you the videos of the boot up speed and all that kind of stuff. Overall, it does appear to be more responsive and faster. So I think by now I think I would have showed the side-by-side boot up sequence. So we'll see how that goes. But overall, it looks like it's going to be a good upgrade. And I might do another video just to comment on how fast I can process videos in iMovie, since that's my software of choice for the YouTube videos I make. So, but I'm hoping that's a lot faster than it was. So, yeah, I would recommend an SSD, maybe a fresh install, and especially if you have you know, whatever the current OS is. If you have the disk for that, it's a lot easier. And definitely use something like a USB backup hard drive. Doing it over Wi-Fi is really slow. I have gigabit Ethernet, but my gig Ether fails over when it's going through my Belkin router. The network interface actually dies and kills my restore. So the Wi-Fi is more stable. It keeps going. It's just a lot slower. So a lot of lessons and a lot of funny things that happen that I have to work through. That I kind of hit some of these last time I had to restore, but I guess um, I've restored many times in this system. I've been through, this must be like my 4th or 5th hard drive. So I've been through this a lot. It's not necessarily new to me, but certainly a pain when stuff doesn't go right, and it often doesn't go exactly as planned. But anyways, I did order a hard drive toaster, and it fits 2.5-inch and 3.5-inch hard drives. And with that, I can actually just plug into USB, clone my hard drive direct to a thing instead of just my network attached storage, because it's actually a little easier just to clone than it is to use the network attached storage to restore from. Although the network attached storage using Time Machine does work, it just takes longer, and there's some pitfalls like I found out with the erroring file there. So I do recommend to use Time Machine. For most people it works, as long as you're not working with such an old machine like I am. And like I say, it still worked for me. But there are some there's always 14 ways to do the same operation, so I'm on way number 12 or 13 right now. Less than a minute here. I'll shut up and hopefully this works. And so yeah, that was my fun installing an SSD hard drive.